Hello guys, here is a 1999 air-cool thing. I got this fan from a marketplace listing for a pretty steep price, about $100, but there were two other fans that were included in the listing. Some generic Hugger from 1988 and some Concord fan from, I think, 1997. And normally I wouldn't pay that much for a ceiling fan, but I did it anyway because they were showing on the listing the ceiling fans came with remotes. I mean, 3 ceiling fans, especially older ones, to come with a remote. That's quite it's quite rare to come across. And I thought they were all fully remote control operated. Little did I know they were not. I mean, would I buy all 3 of these fans for $100 if I knew they were not all fully remote controlled? Probably not a chance. So that was kind of an example of you should really be careful when looking on Marketplace, guys. I still think Marketplace is my favorite website to visit because their prices, I mean, at the right listings, they're cheaper than eBay. Like, you can buy stuff that are cheaper than what you would get on eBay. So, yeah. This is, however, fully remote control operated. However, the remote has definitely been replaced at some point. This is a Make It Air remote. This is an air-cool fan. And I don't know what make and model this is, but I suppose somebody out there is going to know. So if you guys know, please let me know in the comments. I will post the informations like in the comments box or in the description box that nobody reads. So somebody out there who's more advanced with ceiling fans can tell me what make and model this is. And this fan right here also was kind of a pain in the rear to assemble. First of all, the mounting. The mounting bracket there is not original. But the problem is the original mounting bracket will not take an outlet box, which is stupid. So I had to use the mounting bracket that I used for the Casablanca Ventura, which I don't think I'm going to keep it with this bracket because that bracket's pretty thin. And this ceiling fan actually does weigh a little bit more than that Ventura. I don't think I would trust that ceiling fan on that bracket. Because who knows, it might break. Certainly wouldn't want this thing dropping on somebody's head. That would be a real safety hazard. So this would probably either have to be a swag kit fan, which I don't have access to in this house. Or this would probably just have to be one that just mounts on a joist to the ceiling and doesn't connect to an outlet box. Which, that's stupid because that violates the electrical code, but I don't know who thought of this design, but for the mounting bracket to not be able to screw to a junction box, but whoever did, I don't really know what to say. Although the Hunter original mounting brackets, those were too small to put on an electrical box, so those fans are absolutely well made, so shouldn't say anything bad about that. So I'm going to be replacing the remote at some point because the remote doesn't always respond to the receiver. I mean, these are computerized controls that are approaching 30 years old. I mean, they're 26 years old, but they're closer to 30 than 20. So I'm probably going to be replacing this. Also, this remote here, something in there is kind of busted up in there that I can't even close the cover. So I think in general, I'm just going to buy a cheap remote from like Walmart or something. It's probably not the best option, but I'm cheap. So and also I'll probably just hack into the wiring in general because I do want to add a third wire because this is one of those fans that you only have 2 wires coming from the motor, one for the hot and one for neutral. I want to add a third wire so I can turn it into white is neutral, black is the fan, and blue is for the light. So then I can control what controls I want with this fan. such as if I want to put it in the bedroom someday, I would like to use the 4-speed or variable speed control with it and the light dimmer, because that room does have eligibility for a 3-wire run. So I'm going to be demonstrating the fan, and I don't know if this remote's going to respond or not, but here's the light. Doesn't always respond, so, which makes sense. These are computerized controls that are almost 30 years old at this point, so, and unfortunately, computers don't last forever. So this is the light, and you can dim it down. Yeah, you can see that just made that big jump there. Likely it renders the receiver not working correctly. Look at that. I had to press that 3 times to get that to go. So clearly the receiver in there is not in the best of condition. Here's low. I'm not going to keep this fan running for too long just because of that really thin mounting bracket. I don't want the fan to fall. Plus, I spent good money on this fan too. This fan is allowed to draw 0.8 amps on high and 73 watts. So this is low speed, and I gotta say, that's moving some pretty solid air. It's almost too much. It's probably like too much air for a low speed for me. For a low speed, I'd like it to be a little bit slower. I want to see how it would react with the 4-speed, because the low speed on a 4-speed would be a little bit slower than this. And on low, it's drawing 0.43 amps. And here's medium. It's wobbling a little bit, so got to be really careful about this. I actually did just get some Heritage ceiling fans that didn't include the mounting bracket, so I'll probably have to get one for this fan too, so I can use this on a outlet box. This is drawing 0.57 amps of current. This thing's moving some pretty good air. In fact, it's moving this thing. Now high. So this is high speed, and it's drawing 0.64 amps of power, or not power, current, because amps is current, really. Gotta say, that's moving some pretty solid air. I really like this thing. I would like to know how this stacks up to that one Casablanca Ventura that I had up here. Yeah, it's moving that fan pretty good. This is something that I find very funny when pressing the reverse button. When I press the reverse button, it slows down for a little bit, but then it gets the speed again. I would like to know how that happens. I mean, this fan already has a reverse switch on the light, so of course that the reverse on this remote's not going to work, but maybe I would have to hack into the receiver a little bit more to get the reverse functions, but this receiver is trashed now, so I'll be getting rid of that. Now off. And also the receiver wire that's in the switch housing. I think another reason why I'm going to be removing that and replacing that with another receiver with the remote is because the receiver that's in here is, by design, it's attached to the switch housing, which makes the light installation very difficult. So that's not any good. So yeah, next time you see this fan, it'll probably get hacked. So then I can just install it with a what do you call these things? With a new remote, or install it with a fan light combination switch. So this remote here is just it's not completely gone, but it's going. Like, it's about time that just gets replaced. Like, I mean, that one I got in the first try. I'm trying to switch it off. Oh, there we go. Because, yeah, especially on the light button, it just, you have to press it several times to get it to work, and that's just not what it should be. Plus, this remote's old, too, so unfortunately, remotes don't last forever either. However, I did find an expired Duracell battery in there that, fortunate enough, hasn't leaked. I mean, I'm going to take that out. I mean, this remote is trash regardless, but I want to get rid of that battery as soon as possible, too. Because Duracell is not a very good brand despite the price that they're sold in. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.